Okay, so let's start. Today I will write some more test cases. So I will pick any random test case and I will write any random user story I will pick and I will write the test case. So three, four test case today I will write. And if you want to participate, you can participate. Let's suppose there is a user story number six. Its requirement specification I have already opened. So the customer page looks like this. This is the start. This is the start home page, and then one second. So if you search here, we can see if we give any customer name and click on login. So this page will come where you can see the customer details, account number, the balance, currency, in which currency he is his account, he has deposited the amount. All these details we can see. So these details are coming here because this customer is already added. That is why once we are giving the name, then we are able to see the details of the customer. Okay. When you will when a customer is created, but when no account is created for the customer, this is when the account is created, where you can see the account related details. When the account is not created, so this will look like this. Welcome the name and please open an account with us. This message will come when no account is created. Now this is the transaction section. This is how it will look like. This is the page. Deposit section. If you want to deposit any amount, so it will look like this. Prasunna has raised his hand. What- Yes, Prasunna, can you tell me what is the problem? So now this is the withdrawal section. This is how it will look like. If you want to withdraw any amount, so the withdrawal section will look like this. So these are the different pages that developer is going will be developing all this functionality, and how the page will look like this, so that we can see here. Okay. Now this is the user story customer details page verification. When customer have opened an account, that means when customer account is already opened. So that this user story is related to that page. So what are the things which we have to test? This page will display a message welcome and customer name. When we search a customer and if an account is created for that customer, so what are the details we have to verify? So first thing, this message will come. Second thing, it will display customer account number in drop down format. if customer has more than one account opened in the bank. That means if a customer has only one account, then only one account will be displayed. But if the customer has multiple account, then that for that there will be a drop down option. Okay, this is the meaning of the second line. In third line, it will display account number, balance, and currency. Last one, it will display three section: transaction, deposit, and withdrawal. So these three section also should be available. So if we verify this thing here, then let's see when the account is created. So this is the page. This is the page the user story is talking about. Welcome and the name and account number. It is displaying in drop down if the customer has multiple accounts. Now the account number, balance, and currency section, and these three sections are displayed. So we have to write test case for this page. Okay. Now one question: if you have to write this test case, so which data you need? What will be the test data if you have to write a test case for this? Am I audible? So tell me, if we have to write test case for this, so what can be the test data? Which kind of data we need? Anything, if it is right, wrong, at least if you do not say, then you will not understand. Right? If you do not say anything, then no one can help you. At least tell me what can be the test case name. This thing you can say. Verify customer details page verification. Anyone else? So this stage user story is basically talking about to verify customer details when the customer has an account, has already opened an account. So in this scenario, it is asking me to verify customer details page. So you have to take care of this part also, right? Customer account is already created. First of all, you have to write the user story name. Man6 is the user story name, so that name you will write. Then validate customer details page when customer account Customer already has. Now there is one more point. There can be a drop down if customer will have more than one account. So what we should write here, when customer already has an account or multiple accounts. So this is how we have to write the test case. You are not able to say correctly, all of you I'm saying, because you are not practicing. It's simple reason is that no one is writing test case. No one is practicing. In such case, no one can help you. So you have to, every time you have to analyze, you have to understand the requirement very clearly. Then you have to understand how to write test cases. What can be the name? Every time I have said it always starts with validate keyword. Verify, don't write verify. Or let's leave about this keyword. Anything you can use. But if you work in any project, then always remember whatever the syntax, the structure that your project follows, every time you have to follow the same structure. Here I am following this structure, so let's go with that. Validate customer details page when customer already. In which scenario you have to validate? There are two scenarios. So that scenario also you have to mention here. In that scenario also related to account, there are two things. One, when customer will only have one account, and second thing, when customer will have multiple accounts. So every details you have to capture. Now the precondition. What are the details beforehand you need? You have to test a customer. And now I have written the test case name. Now can you tell me what is the prerequisite thing you need? If I tell you to write test this particular thing, so what are the things you need in your hand? Then only you will be able to test it. URL and credential. Okay. So there is no credential required for this application. You all are saying about the generic things. This is applicable for every test case. Forget about the URL and credential. Let's suppose you have logged in. After that, will you be able to test without any data? After login to the application, will you be able to test everything without any data? So what data you need? Which kind of data you need to test this? Customer account number. Let's move on to the SRS page. This is your customer section homepage. Now tell me what data you need. Customer name. Now read this detail. This heading. Now read this and tell me. Yes, you need a customer name. Apart from that, also you need anything related to customer. Read this line. One person has got the thing which I wanted to ask. Read the second line. Now tell me, do you need anything related to customer? These are very easy test cases, and you are not able to say anything. So let's imagine the complexity level when you will work in a company. So how you will manage it? It's here. It is clearly written. If a customer has more than one account, this condition also you have to check. So randomly you cannot search any name. You need a customer where that has multiple accounts. So this kind of data you need. Then only you will be able to test this kind of scenario. This is the data that you need. A customer having single or multiple account. Or you can say a registered customer having single or multiple account. So this is the data you need. And this kind of experience you will not get unless you practice. Just watching, joining the class every time for 2 hours, it's not going to help you. It's not an easy thing to get a call from a company for an interview. Trust me, it is very difficult. And if you do not practice, then how you will be able to manage an interview? Every time you will lose your opportunity, and at the last you will not get anything. It's not. It's not very easy. Like you will upload your resume in Naukri, and from tomorrow calls will start coming. Okay, so this is the test data that you need. Now the test step, test case steps you have to write. So what can be the first step? Check customer has multiple account. This will be the first test step. So I will write login. The login URL. That's all. This is the test step. You have to write in a sentence. Directly you will validate username and password. I can write this test case in 5 minutes, but I just want to understand your analysis, your thought process. So many test cases I have written in front of you, but you are not able to tell the first test step. Without opening URL, how you can enter username and password? For every test case, this is the first test step. Now, second, I already said like this application doesn't require any credential. So once you open this URL, what will come? Home page. If I go back to the first user story, SRS document, this is the page which will come once you open the URL. Okay, so now currently you are on this page. Your user story is related to customer. So what can be your second test step? Now can you tell me what can be the second test step? Your user story is related to customer. So the second test step will be click on customer login button. And when you write customer login, so verify the spelling also. C is capital, L is capital. And since this is a name of a specific button, so keep it under single or double comma. Or you can highlight, you can make it as bold. Now after clicking on customer login button, we will reach to this page, customer home page. This is the customer home page. Now tell me what I should do. What can be the third test step? So one person is saying click on drop down, one person is saying click on the what is the click on drop down. So which drop down? And Rahul is saying click on your name text bar. Your name. This is not a text bar. Let's go back to the user story and see. So this is simply saying this will display a message. This. So here no information is given, whether it is a drop down or whether it is a text bar. So there must be a user story for that. We have to check, is there any user story that gives the description about that your name. So this is the user story number 6. This is the user story number 5. So this is talking about when customer doesn't have opened any account. So this is a second scenario. We are not currently looking into this. We are looking into a customer which has an account already open. So let's go back to the user story number 4, customer login page design. So this is the basic, this is the, I think the design related user story of customer login page, right? So let's open this. Maybe here we can get some idea. So here in the acceptance criteria, there will be a your name drop down that will display customer's name. So that means that is a drop down. Okay. So now we got an information like this is a drop down. If we click on this, so what it is saying, it will display customer name. So which customer we have to select? It will display lots of customer. So what is the customer we are looking for? Any idea? Click on your name drop down and select the customer mentioned as per mentioned in the precondition. So based on the precondition, we have to check, we have to check like which customer has multiple account or a single or a single account. So that customer we have to select. So data part you have already mentioned in the precondition. So just mention as mentioned in the preconditions. Okay. So you have selected. Now let's go back to the user story. So once you select the customer, so what will happen? So how you can select? You have to select the name and then there is a login button, right? So you have to click on this login button. Then this page will come. Account is created for the customer. So our fourth step will be click on login button. Now this page is coming, and now our user story is starting. Now we will validate all these details. So before that, whatever we have written, the four step we have written is to reach to this page. We cannot directly open this page and start validating these details. So in order to reach to this page, what are the steps we have to perform? That are also the part of your test case. That also you have to write as a test step. These are the four steps that you have to perform. Then you will reach onto a page. Then you will be able to see a customer which has a single or a multiple account. So now we will see the first thing that it is saying. This page will display a message. So this message we have to validate. So check message displayed on customer page, customer login page. And this is the message. Okay. This is the message that we have to validate. Now, second step, it will display customer account number in drop-down format. If customer has more than one account opened in the bank. So what will be our step? Check account number displayed in drop-down format. If customer has multiple accounts. So we have to select a customer which will have a multiple account, right? In this user story, it is not talking about a customer which have which will have a single account. Here it is asking about multiple account. So now we have to modify our test case. It is only talking about multiple account. Now, since we need a customer which will have multiple account, so here we do not need to write the condition. Since the customer has multiple account, so account number will be displayed in drop-down format. So no need to mention the condition because based on the condition only we are selecting a data. So definitely account number will display in drop-down format. Next, it will display account number, balance, and currency. Okay. Check account number, balance, and currency fields. Lastly, it is saying it check about these three sections. These are the test steps we have to write for this user story. Now, this is the test step. You have to write the expected result. If we perform all this, so what will happen? So if we open application URL in browser, so what is the expectation? Okay, click on customer login button. So what will happen? Right? Click on your name drop down and select the customer mentioned in the precondition. So what will happen? Customer details should be displayed. Now click on no. Click on your name drop down and select the customer mentioned in the precondition. So what will happen? Customer will be selected. Customer should be selected. The customer means should be selected. Now if you click on login button, then customer details should be displayed. Okay. Now check this message is displaying on. Okay. Account number should be displayed in drop down format. Right. Okay, this will be the expected results. Once expected result is written, now click on save. So test case already successfully created. So this is the test case. This is the details, and this is the step. This is your expectation. Second test case we have written. So this is done. Now, once you start analyzing any user story, and once you start writing your test cases, so which kind of activity you are doing, how everyone will get to know today what you have worked on, how I will get to know as your test lead, how I will get to know what you are doing today. So that part also you have to manage. So let's suppose you are working on this user story. First of all, you have to assign that user story to your name. Then this estimation part I already have discussed, which will be given in the planning only. So let's suppose I need to 1 day or 2 day, let's suppose, to do this. Okay. Is there any label? So that label already created. So select that label. Is there any version? There is version already available. So select that. Okay. This is belongs to sprint one. So add this in sprint one. If all these details are not available, then you have to add this. If it is already available, then no need to worry. Basically, all these details are added by the product owner during the PI planning. Sorry, during the sprint planning. Okay. Now this user story in to-do state. That means you have to do it. Once you start working on this, so you have to change its status in progress. So now if anyone opens this dashboard, this board or this user story, then he will able to know like it is already in progress and who is doing it. So it is doing by this person. Okay. One second. Are you able to see my screen? If yes, then which screen you are able to see? Skype. Okay. Now Jira. Okay, fine. Okay, so we have made this in progress. Now, after making it in progress, what will be the first activity that you are going to do? Test case creation, or before that, you have to do some analysis. So, what you will do, you will create a in this user story, you will create a subtask. So, currently, there is no activity we can see here. Okay, one second. I need to check where is the option. You have to create a subtask. So, where is the option? So, this one you have to click on add a child issue. This is a trial version of Jira, so it is showing as child issues. But you have, if you have a licensed version of Jira, like in your project, so that will come as a subtask. Create subtask. So you have to click on that, and here you have to specify test analysis. Okay, so this subtask you have to create. Now open this subtask. This one you have, this is already assigned to you. Now you have to add labels. No need to give any story estimation, because the story estimation you have already given in the user story. Select the version. That's it. Okay. Now what you are doing in this subtask, the description you have to write. One second. Now can you see my screen? Okay. Okay, so I was talking about this. A subtask you have to create test analysis, and here you have to write a general description like test case analysis, or you can write this in this way. Under this subtask, test case analysis is has been done. Just a general description and then save it. Okay. Now go back to your user story. This is a subtask on which you are working. So if you have started working on, change this to in progress. If you have done the analysis, your understanding is clear, then you will make it done. Okay. Now you will create. When an analysis is done, then what you will do? You will create a test case. So for that, again, you will add the issue. Here you will write test case creation. Once this is done, open this, label, version, then description, writing test case, and save it. And let's suppose if you are adding any test case and you have already written a test case, what is the test case number? So this is your test case number. You just mention that number. M colon 166459. So this is the test case you have created for this subtask under this subtask. So just mention the test case name also so that anyone can open, copy this test case and can search here and see what test case you have created. Once this is completed, first of all, you have start working on this. You will make it in progress. Then okay. So as of now, we have done these two activities. We have completed our tasks. Later on, if we will do any other activity on this user story, so for that we will create a subtask. After your test case creation, the next activity is test case review. Test case peer review. Now, what does it mean? This is I'm explaining because you can anyone can ask you like in Jira if you work on user story, so what are the things you do? So you can explain all this. Test case peer review is your test case creation is done. Now you have to ask someone in your team to review your test case. So whom you can say? Your test lead only. Any senior test member or uh, your test lead. Or if you have your test lead has told you, to get your test case reviewed by this colleague. So assign that this task to that person in the assigning. Here you have to assign that person name who will review your test case. You will add your label. You will add your version. Okay. And now you will, once you have assigned this, so what that person will do, that person will start working on. He will make this one in progress. He will do the test case review. If he finds any comment, so he will put here like this step is not correct. This is not right. This you have to write in this way. This functionality you haven't written for this functionality. You have not written any test step. Okay. So this kind of review comment he will give, and after giving the review comment, he will assign the task to your name. Now you have to modify your test case based on the review comment. Once it is done, now you will put a comment based on your review comment. I have modified my test case. Now please review it again. And again, you will assign this to that person name. If finally everything is correct, so he will mention here test case review is done. It is written as per the requirement. And then he will close this. So this is how this activity is tracked. Now, one thing I forgot to tell, like this subtask, you will only close when this is closed. When this is closed, then you will close your test case creation task because you have to modify, right? So once this is completed, then only close your test case creation task. Okay. Till now we have done all activity till this point. Tomorrow we will see some more activity. So based on that, we will create subtask. Okay. Now let's move on to another user story. So customer details page verification, which is related to deposit section. So first of all, let's open the SRS and let's move on to the deposit section. So this is the deposit section. This is the transaction and this is the deposit, right? So we have to write test case for this. Now let's read the details. It will have amount to be deposited section and a deposit button. So it has amount to be deposited section, yes, and it has a deposit button. Okay. Once user enters an amount to deposit and press one second, and press deposit button, then deposit successful message should display in red color. This is the user story. This is the acceptance criteria. This one we have to write. Now this is talking about deposit section under customer details page. Now tell me the test case name. As a customer, you have to do a deposit in your account. What can be the test case name? Only deposit. Deposit amount. This first I will write deposit amount, and this will be the test case name. This is how you write test case. Only deposit amount. Just now I have written a test case. First of all, you have to write user story name. Then you have to write in a proper sentence. Validate a customer is able to deposit amount in his or her account. Now tell me the precondition. Just with the name of the test case, you can say the precondition. What kind of data you need? Which kind of customer you need? Customer having an account. If a customer has an account, that means a customer is already registered. Right. A customer having an account. Now tell me the first step. No one else wants to participate, only Anjum is typing. Okay. Okay. Click on customer login button. Then
Click on the drop down.
click on the
Your name drop down.
yes and select a customer.
Name.
Mentioned in the right. Then Click on login button. Ignore the spelling mistakes. Click on login buttons. Then after clicking on login button,
Select
after clicking on login button, this page will come. So now
click on amount to be deposited
so once this page will
text box.
come, once this page will come, so it is not like this section will be automatically selected. You have to select this section, then only you will be able to deposit any amount. Here you can see also this is already selected. Then only this is coming.
Click on deposit button.
Right. So here you have to write, click on deposit button. Then
Enter the amount to be transferred in the text box.
enter the amount and
Text
to be
amount
deposited. Amount to be deposited text field. And then click on deposit button. Then what is the expectation? Once it will happen, this message should come. So this is
deposit
the
suc-
expectation. This is the expectation part. So this will I will write in the expectation section. So this is the test step that we have to write. Now we will like, update the expected result. So I'm not updating this till this part. You know like how to update this. Only I will update this part. So it should display a message, deposit successful message should display in red color, right? Once you click on deposit button, so what will happen? Deposit success message should display in red color. I'm not updating all this. It's I have done so many times. Now you can do it. You have an idea how to do that, right? So this is how we write. We have written a test case for this. In this way, you have to write test case. I would suggest if you want to practice. So I don't know if you have checked your access or not. Go to the backlog section. Start writing the test case from step number for man 3 to man 30. Okay. One by one you write because if you directly jump here, so you may miss something that is mentioned here, that is mentioned in the 11th test case. So that detail you will miss. So you just now you have seen like when I have written the test case for man 6, so I needed the details from man 4. So one by one go and write your test case so that you will have an understanding. Now let's discuss this. I will not write test case. I will just discuss about this user story. Okay, so this is a bank manager related page, which deals with the customers section. So this is a user story related to bank manager login page where there will be a customer section. So what is the acceptance criteria? Customer section will have one search button. So let's see let me close this first. Now this is your home page. Now for your this user story, you have to click on this button, bank manager login. Then only you will be able to navigate to this page. Okay, so this will be your second test step. Okay, so this is your bank manager page. So once you click on the bank manager login button, so this will come as a home page. Now if you navigate this, so now this page will come where there will be three sections: add customer. As a bank manager, you are allowed to add a customer in the bank. You are allowed to open an account for the customer. You are allowed to manage the details of the customer as a bank manager, right? If you are a bank manager of a bank, then you are allowed to add a customer. You are allowed to open an account for the customer, and you are allowed to manage the details of the customer. So our user story is talking about this section, customers. So this is the page our user story is talking about. So first of all, in the user story, what it is saying in the user story? Or let me open this here. First of all, it will have a search button which helps to search and locate a customer already created. So there is a search customer. We can able to search a customer, but that customer should be already created. Now this will be your test data. A customer already created by the bank manager. It will display customer details along with first name, last name, postcode, account number, delete customer section. Besides every customer details at the right corner. So first name, last name, postcode, account number, delete customer, right? After successful account creation, a pop-up should display at the top with message account created successfully with account number, and this is the account number. This is not one second. This is wrong. This is not related to this page. Here we are not creating any customer. Here we are just managing the customer details. Okay, so now also there will be a scroll bar. So yes, it has a scroll bar. User will once user click on the delete button, then that particular customer row will be deleted. Like there is a delete button. If you click on this, then this row should be deleted. So these are the details which we have to verify as a part of this user story. So first step will be open an account. Anyone wants to say the steps, or I would say. Anyone wants to try? So the first step will be open account, open the application URL in Google Chrome or in browser. Second, click on the bank manager login button. Third, click on the customers button. Fourth, enter a customer as mentioned in the precondition. Fifth, check first name, last name, postcode, account number, and delete customer fields. Next, check there is a delete button beside every customer details. And lastly, click on delete button. What is the expectation? That particular row should be deleted. You will not be able to see these details once you click on this, right? So this is the test step that you have to write for this user story. Okay. So that's all from my side related to, sorry, related to this application. Tomorrow I will start with the test case execution and how we can create a defect in Jira. If we find any defect, then how we can create a defect in Jira. That part we will cover tomorrow. So today, whatever the test case I have created, I will execute the same tomorrow. And RTM, requirement traceability matrix, also we will see tomorrow. If you want, you can practice it all. It's all up to you. If you do not practice, you will not be able to ask any doubt. Once this batch will be over, then you will not be able to ask from anyone. Here you can directly ask me, but after that you will ask me in a group, in a WhatsApp group. So there immediately I will not be able to respond. So now it's up to you. If you want to practice, you can do, or you don't want to practice. So this the project details. Yeah, I will add you. Tell me your employee ID. If anyone means in the last class, if I haven't added anyone, then you can ping me your email ID here. Okay, now it is added. Application URL already I have shared. If you are not able to access it, so the step that you have to do is to create an account. You have to create an account in Jira. then try to access it. Or if you are able to directly access it, then that is fine. No need to create any account. So here you can check the details like how the sprint is getting progressed, sprint burn down, like every day, what are the activities you are doing. Here in the insights, this is a trial version again, I'm saying. So you are seeing this insights option. But if it is a licensed version, so they custom, if any company or if any project buy a license process, so they customize the section based on their need. So right now you can see insight option here. In any licensed version, you will see burn down chart option. You click on that and the burn down chart will automatically open. Okay, so it totally depends on the project. Like if a project buys a license, so they ask to modify the details based on their requirement. So that Jira will be different what you are seeing over here. But again, all the things that we basically do in Jira will be same. Okay, so this is the sprint burn down. This is a beta version. You can see here, right? So every activity, everyday activity you can see here, like today what you have done, tomorrow what you have done. So from day 1 to day 15, whatever the activities you have done, you can check in the sprint burn down. The blue line is showing the remaining work, and this is showing the guideline. Here you can see the sprint progress, how how much percentage it is done. So how all this getting tracked? So first of all, how many user stories you have added in the board? In as a first sprint, how many user story you have selected? So let's suppose randomly I'm doing it. This four user story you have selected. Okay. Now move on to the board. Now in the board, in the to-do list, one second, you will see all the user story that is already added. Let's suppose someone, let's suppose me, have picked up this user story and started working on. So I will change this the user story. I will move this user story to the in progress status. So I will bring it. Let's suppose on this I am started working on. So I will drag it here. Now I will open this user story. Under this user story, I will start creating my subtask, analysis, creation, peer review. Okay. Once everything is done, all the activity is done. So that I will move into the done list. So now if I click on insight, so now see the sprint percentage is 50% done, 50% in progress, right? This also will change. Epic progress, like how the epic is progressing. Let's suppose, 1 second, my system is hanging today. Okay, so now you have understood, right, what is happening. Not only the subtask, story, user story status also you have to change. Once all the user story will be moved in the done status, then you will see in the inside sprint is 100% completed. Burn down chart will be updated based on that. Burn down chart is basically the details is a chart that will display you the details about each day by day activity that you have done in a particular sprint. This is the definition of a burn down chart. It will Yes, it is a chart that will display you the day by day activity that you have done in an sprint by a team, not only by you, entire team in a single sprint, what they have done. It will capture the details of day by day activity in the sprint burndown chart. Okay. Okay. So, is there anything else? No. So that's all for from my side for today. Tomorrow we will meet again and we will cover the rest of the topic of this project. And the last class will be next week Saturday, where I will show you like how you can explain your project in an interview. So I will take a class that on next week Saturday. Then this project, those who have chosen the option only for projects, your duration will be completed for this batch. Next week Saturday will be the last class. Okay. So if there is nothing to ask, then thank you all. Check your access in Jira. I think tomorrow is Sunday. You all have time to practice, so do it before the class starts. If you have anything, any doubt to discuss, you can discuss with me. To write a test case, you have to create an account on QA Deputy. I will share. If you do not have, then I will share my QA Deputy credential. But no, no, that I will not. I won't be able to share because at one time only one person can access it. So you all have to create an account in QA Deputy. Okay, so create an account and start creating test cases for all the user stories. The way I have explained today. Tomorrow is the last chance to ask your doubt. So don't waste this opportunity. Okay. Thank you, everyone.